How do you do? I'm Dustaroo, and this is every custom created perk I have made up to this point. I'm calling this Volume 1. I'm just doing this as it is a quick video I can produce while finishing up the Great License Tournament video. This is basically just a video for all those people who are looking to see custom created perks but don't want to go to each of my videos and find whatever section that is. Just a small little collection video for those who are interested, with some updates to individual perks because, you know what, when I was watching these back, there was quite a few where I questioned why I did what I did. For some of these numbers, I played it way too safe and put the numbers way up high, so I'm just going to make quick updates during the video. But ultimately, this is just going to be a compilation of every perk I've made. Nothing huge, nothing new, crazy for the most part. I'll see you all at the end of the video, and alright, see you soon. Fatherly Instinct. Hexes no longer spawn at the start of the trial, but instead can be placed by the killer. The killer can see all totem locations until all available hexes are placed. So this, while itself does not do much, as the only real value you get out of the perk is knowing all the totem locations on the map. So if you were to run this perk without any other hexes, or none that you can personally place down, you will just have permanent information on where all the totems are in the map, letting you know if a survivor breaks one, or being able to quickly track down boons without much guesswork. It's an alright effect on its own, but the real meat is giving the killers the choice of where and when they would like to place their totems down, making for less frustration of making a totem build where in the first 20 seconds you lose a key part of your build. This changes that. Now you can say to yourself, I think now would be a good time to drop this Hex Blood Favor. To keep this from being completely devastating to survivors, when a Hex is placed like a boon, a universal sound is played into the match, and all survivors are shown which Hex was just placed into the match. Editor Dustaroo here. The only actual thing I would change about this perk is it wouldn't tell the survivors which hex has been placed into the trial, but rather that just a hex has been placed in. So like if you put a haunted grounds in just to troll them, they'll be like, oh no, we summoned in a totem, we gotta go find it. They won't be informed and just ignore it completely. So that's the only small change I would make. Next we have Hex Little One. When the killer kicks a generator, it peeps any survivors, revealing their auras within 16 meters for 45 seconds. This can be applied to multiple generators. This is basically just killer's version of Wiretap. There's not a lot of information-based hex perks in the game, so I thought of something around protecting a gen and a totem would seem fitting for the Big Daddy. This effect is good, but not crazy powerful, especially since survivors are aware they are being seen by the totem, and they can just cleanse it at any time. It could be really good early on for finding some slippery hiding survivors. Ultimately, I think it would be one of the weaker hex perks, but could still get a lot of value and information out of it. Editor Dustaroo Part 2, when I created this perk idea, I made the mistake of including a status effect that was custom built for this specific killer it came with. I would just remove that. Peeps, don't worry about the peeps thing. Basically, so when the killer kicks a generator, the auras of all survivors are revealed within 16 meters of that generator for 45 seconds, and this can be applied to multiple generators. This perk is called Protective. After a survivor cleanses any totem, they become the obsession and scream out revealing their position. The killer becomes undetectable for 30 seconds. A simple perk that the moment you cleanse a totem, the killer knows where you are, and you'll have no clue if they are coming to follow up on it or not. It's kind of scary. Them being undetectable and becoming the obsession is a scary situation, and will cause some survivors to hide for a short duration. These are Jacket's perks. Do you like hurting people? After breaking chase with a survivor within 10 seconds of injury, see the aura of healthy survivors within 8 meters around you for 4, 5, and 6 seconds. Editor Dustaroo here again. What I would actually change about this perk is I would change it from 8 meters to 16 meters. Just so like hit and run characters don't get too crazy powerful with this, because I imagine Wraith would just be a pain. But 8 meters is a little bit shallow, so I would just bump it up to 16. Strange Call. When 3 survivors come within 12 meters of each other at the same time, All their auras are revealed for a total of 8, 10, 12 seconds. This is on a cooldown of 80 seconds. Deluded Purpose. After opening a locker, see the generator with the most progress highlighted in white for 15 seconds. This is on a cooldown of 60 seconds. Don't breathe. All survivors involved with a healing action suffer from the Oblivious status effect. Healing, breathing, and groaning noises are increased by 100% during all healing actions. Pained Possession. After the obsession is hit with a basic attack, all other survivors within 16 meters of them suffer from a 10% hindered status effect. This effect lasts for 60 seconds. Stage Presence. After kicking a generator, it will be marked in yellow for the killer, causing their terror radius to project from the generator for 45 seconds. This effect is on a cooldown of 160 seconds. I believe this is the only perk I've ever created that was actually added to Dead by Daylight, and almost verbatim. This is actually the unforeseen perk that the Unknown came with. I want to mention this. I don't know what crack I was smoking when I said 160 seconds. Maybe I meant 60 seconds and I put a 1 ahead of it and just never caught it. 160 seconds is crazy long. I don't know what I was thinking. At most, I think 80 seconds, but 160 seconds? I just had to say that because what the hell was I thinking? Now, a big threat requires some big perks, and a theme I went for with the tank is Infection, and always being able to find any survivor who remains uninfected. Crescendo event. Progress comes at a cost. Survivors should be prepared for what they are about to call down upon themselves. The first time a survivor interacts with something that progresses the objective, both generator and exit gates, they scream and their aura is revealed for 10 seconds. This effect only applies once per object, not per survivor. Green Flu. Survivors' own actions will often lead to their team's demise, and when it comes to carriers, they may have no idea that's what they're doing. After the obsession is hit with a basic attack, they are afflicted with the Green Flu. Any survivor they come within 24 meters of for 30 seconds will scream and have their aura revealed for 8 seconds. Green Flu is placed on a 30-second cooldown after expiring. This effect can only be applied once per survivor during its activation. Scent Trail. Survivors leaving a trail are easy to sniff out. After breaking a downed pallet, reveal the aura of the survivor who dropped it for 8 seconds. After this perk is activated, it goes on a cooldown of 45 seconds. The Thing brings in 3 brand new perks to deceive and sabotage the survivors. Paranoia is a poison on the mind, often resulting in people seeing and hearing things that aren't even there. Paranoid Delusions. After the killer kicks a generator, a fake killer aura is projected to all survivors, which heads in the direction of the furthest survivor in the trial, and will follow said survivor until the perk expires. The killer's terror radius is suppressed and placed onto this false projection. This, however, does not make the killer undetectable, meaning their aura can still be revealed to all survivors. The killer cannot see this projection. This perk stays active for 30 seconds and is on a cooldown of 100, 90, and 80 seconds after the perk expires. When your back is up against the wall, you need to think creatively to stay one step ahead of your prey. You find the best way is sabotaging their tools before they can be used against you. Critical Sabotage. For every 4, 3, 2 generators completed during the trial, gain a token that can be used to drop a raised pallet, allowing it to become breakable. When you want to get a jump on your enemy, it's easier when their defenses are down. If they believe you're dead, they have nothing to fear, right? Playing Dead. After receiving a stun by any means, double its duration, and receive the undetectable status effect for 45 seconds, during which you also gain a 5% haste effect. This perk can only be used every 60 seconds. Every sentient computer virus should always come with some perks to help recycle bin the survivors in the trial. You have firm tabs on everything that happens in the trial, and if anything changes, you will know it immediately. Git. Any survivor that enters a locker causes a loud noise notification upon entry. Once they leave the locker, their aura is revealed for 10 seconds. Survivors who enter a locker will not hear the notification, but will see electrical sparks fly off the locker once they enter. Overloading a generator is more common than you would think, especially with how sloppy these survivors repair. Halt and catch fire. After a generator is damaged personally by the killer, it is permanently marked with halt and catch fire. Every 5 good skill checks on an affected generator causes it to blow and regress the generator's total progress by 5%. Causing a loud noise notification. Each piston of a marked generator will light up a bright overheated orange until the next explosion. If all 4 pistons are overheated, the next good skill check will blow the generator. Survivors can avoid blowing the generator by hitting great skill checks only. Overexertion can cause a survivor to bring all of their physicality to a slow crawl. Bottleneck. Survivors, after becoming exhausted by any means, suffer a 3% hindered effect for 10 seconds. First off, we have Telekinesis. Cleanse a totem and earn a token of Telekinesis. While in chase, survivors can mark a pallet and a visual indicator appears around the pallet, giving you the option to drop it at will for 10 seconds. No matter the range from the pallet, it can still be dropped. If not used within the 10-second window, the token is consumed anyways. There is a 1.5 second cooldown after activating this perk before the pallet can be dropped. The timer does not start until the cooldown has concluded. What can I say about this perk besides it being extremely powerful and fun to play with? But definitely frustrating for the killer's side. But the limited time window and limited uses shared between all survivors keeps it as a decent perk, but I don't think it would ever be meta. Plus, a killer can play around it in several ways, and the token is consumed regardless. I like DBD combat perks, but totally believe they need to be rare and not majorly impactful. More so, they can get value, but you're just better off using other perks if you actually want to win. This is for fun. Shock Jockey. After 30 seconds within the killer's red stain, stuns on the killer reduce their speed by 10% for 5 seconds. After the stun, the perk resets and needs to be earned again. Editor Dusteru, I know it's been a while, you probably missed me. I think either, maybe both could be good, but removing 10 seconds so you only have 20 seconds touching the killer's red stain for this to activate might be a good change. I also think buffing it from 5 seconds to 10 seconds might be good. It might be also too much. I think one or the other is probably a good call. And then I think this could actually be a really solid perk. Shock Jockey also has a very risky and demanding requirement to actually use it, with using the killer's red stain to power up the perk, meaning the only way to charge this perk is being in close contact with the killer in chase, or at least close enough to be touched by the red stain. The upside to this perk is that once you earn it, you will always have it until your next stun, and it can be earned infinitely. But in most cases, I doubt you would ever get more than 2 charges on it in a match. But depending on the loops and how you play, you could get a lot of value out of this perk. But at the end of the day, its effect's not even that strong, as it basically just becomes a break the pallet perk, and makes DS slightly better, but most of the effect will be wasted during the stun animation. Finally, we have Murder of Crows. After alerting 30 crows in the trial, survivors can activate the ability button while in chase, and the next crow alerted will call other crows to swarm the killer, obstructing their vision and squawking loudly, making it hard to hear, for 8 seconds. Think of it like artists' birds, but instead of around the survivor, they're buzzing around the killer's head. Hello again, Editor Dusteru here. Definitely changed this perk. After playing a tome challenge, I realized how many crows you realistically alert in a trial, and it is nowhere near 30. So instead of 30 crows you need to alert, I think 10 seems a lot more fair. You might hit 10 in a trial a little bit more, but if you wanted to activate this perk twice, you have to go out of your way to do it. So alert 10 crows in the trial, and I think we got a hell of an annoying perk for killers to complain about. The perks that Coach brings in with him are Get it off me. Even in your worst state, you can find solace in knowing that your fellow survivors will have all the information they need to help you get back on your feet. You recover from the dying state 25% faster. Reveal the killer's aura to the rest of the team if they are within a 16-meter radius of you while you are in the dying state or being carried. Still standing. No matter how hard they hit, you're still standing and ready to hit back even harder. Your stuns and blinds, 15 seconds after losing a health state, are doubled in duration. Pills here. Desperate times lead to desperate actions. At least you have a pick-me-up to hold on a little bit longer. Anytime you open a chest, always find pills. Pills have 2 charges and can be consumed for a random effect. Get a speed burst of 150% movement speed for 3 seconds, which ignores exhaustion. Gain a 25% action speed bonus for 10 seconds. Generators, totems, healing, and vaulting. For 5 seconds, gain the endurance status effect. Become blind, scream, and throw up for 20 seconds. Actions do not repeat twice in a row, but are completely random. Public proof. After you blind the killer by any means, their aura is revealed to all survivors for the total duration of the blind. People work a lot better not looking over their shoulder. You can give them that relief, even if it is at the risk of your own life. Keep them busy. While injured during chase, after the killer receives a stack of bloodlust, reveal the killer's aura to all survivors and gain a 2% haste effect for 5 seconds. The quickest of changes from editor Dusteroo, just change the 2% haste to a 3% and I think I'm good. Playing with fire. When another survivor's aura is going to be revealed by the killer, your aura is revealed instead. You will be alerted that you have been revealed with a noise notification. For 10 seconds after being revealed, leave no scratch marks. This perk is on a cooldown of 30, 35, and 40 seconds. If for any reason either survivor's aura is not able to be revealed, this perk will not activate. When you're being chased, it's better not to think about the details too much. It's better to just take the escape, even if it doesn't really make sense.
Zoinks!
For every 30 seconds while in the killer's terror radius inside a locker, earn a token. After 3 seconds of being inside a locker, click to consume a token and be teleported to a random locker within 12 meters of the current locker, if one is available. Max of 2 tokens. The only thing better than a good snack is another one right after. Next snack. For every item the survivor fully consumes during the trial, earn a token, up to a maximum of 4 tokens. For each token, increase the efficiency of items by 25%. Cannot gain multiple tokens from the same item. You and your best buddy have a special connection, and that special connection allows you to always be able to find each other, no matter how hard things get. Best buddy. For the entirety of the trial, you and one random survivor permanently see each other's aura. Survivors cannot have 2 best buddies at any given time. If 2 survivors both run Best Buddy, they will be paired with each other. They are easy to read and understand, and hopefully, avoid.
Jinkies!
After staring down the killer for a total of 60 seconds outside of chase, gain 10 seconds of personal aura reveal of the killer at any time with the press of the action button. Through pure luck, you clumsily escape a dangerous situation, while getting one over on your pursuer.
My glasses! I can't see without my glasses!
During an active chase with the killer, gain the ability to activate My Glasses. When My Glasses is active, the survivor's screen is massively blurred and mildly distorted. They will be granted a 5% haste effect for the entire duration. During this time, the exhaustion bar will slowly fill up over 30 seconds, which will end this perk's effect. This leaves the survivor exhausted for 60 seconds. You know there's someone after you, but you really don't know who yet. But soon you will have them understood inside and out, and be able to share it with the whole gang. Who's behind the mask? At the start of the trial, see the killer's aura for 6 seconds. When the exit gates become powered, reveal the killer's aura to all survivors for 15 seconds. And that is every custom perk that has been created thus far. So what did you think of them? Did you like any of them particularly? Did any of them really catch your eye? Or is there some, big glaring problems you have with some of them? Let me know. I'm always looking for feedback because I'm just, just trying to make some fun, unique perks to actually spice up Dead by Daylight in various ways. So yeah, that's Volume 1. I'll probably do another one of these videos after the next 6 chapters I produce. It was just something quick I wanted to throw together for a while, and while I was working on the Grand Tourney video, it seemed like it would be an easy thing to get done while finishing up work on that. If you like the video, like what I do, want to help support the channel in any way, the easiest way to do it is hit that like button and maybe even subscribe. A second for you, a ton of help for me. So thank you all for watching. My name is Dustaroo, and I will see you all real soon. Bye-bye.